Alright, let's see. Hold on. Alright, we're back up on Twitch.
Hi, Twitch.
Alright, hold on.
My Twitch.
Y'all say something.
Say something. I can hear us on Twitch.
I can't.
I can.
I can't hear us on anything.
Are you muted?
I don't think so. No, I'm unmuted.
Do you have? Do you have?
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I'm not muted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see why. Oh, I see why. Alright, y'all say something. Oh, I see why.
Some.
Alright, y'all say something. Oh, I see why.
Some.
Alright, y'all say something. Alright, take two. Alright. Hello, and welcome back. Thank you, generic white guy. I assume that's what the WG means. You saved us. We're talking about Takopi's Original Sin this week. We made it about 15 minutes in, and somebody on Twitch saved us and told us that our audio wasn't working. So we're about to restart. Quick synopsis, Jake. Go.
So there's a Happium. It's a little alien squid octopus thing, and they go all throughout the universe to spread joy and happiness in all these different worlds. And we follow a Happium that gets dropped down into Japan, and he meets a girl named Shizuka, and he tries to make her happy, and it does not pan out super well for him.
He couldn't have landed on a worse person, I don't think.
Dude, I mean dude, the fact that he landed on her and found her first. That's
well,
rough. That's
technically,
I know, but from what we see,
yeah,
that's a rough start.
Yeah.
Even the other one's not that much better.
It's like 2 feet away. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both pretty bad. But
yeah, they're both pretty bad.
Yeah, extremely sad show. I can't do my same spiel like I did the last time, so let's just get into the points. It's super sad. It's a great watch, though. Highly recommend.
It's only 6 episodes.
Yeah,
so
super short.
super quick.
Section 1, we got story and writing. Does it make sense and keep you hooked?
Yes.
Yes.
Super short, 6 episodes. I finished it on Tuesday, and I also read the manga, so I kind of knew what was going to happen anyway. But like I said previously, hearing the voices instead of like using my head to make up the voices while reading, the emotional impact is 10 times greater. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, the manga reading it was still extremely sad, but watching it was way worse on sadness scale wise.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, yeah, they are children, so you get to hear their voices and all the feelings that they have in their voices. So I'm sure that it definitely makes it worse. But I finished it. I did an episode a day this week instead of watching it all in one go. So it's probably the most disturbing anime I've ever seen. It's the saddest anime I've ever seen. And like I said before, where the hell is CPS in Japan? Do they even have a CPS? Because they need one. All these kids have problems.
Well, hold on. Anime Japan needs CPS. Maybe not Japan as a whole. Let's not make a generalization off of 6 episodes here, buddy.
Look, I saw a race too. Okay.
Yeah, definitely a horror sci-fi type of anime. Very tight and focused plot. I think it really hit those perspectives and got dark quick. Like, it didn't leave anything to the
I
imagination.
think it started dark. I don't think it got dark.
It
It just increasingly got darker.
It started dark, and then at the end, at the 6th episode, maybe 4 minutes before, it was still dark.
They lit a match in a dark room
Yeah,
at the end.
and it got a little bit nicer.
Yo, we hit on some very heavy themes in this show: bullying, abuse, loneliness. Um, Definitely sad, tragic, but it'll definitely stick with me. I think for the long run. because it was just
Yeah.
so impactful.
Look,
everything
man,
that
in the
happens.
in the first episode, whenever you see a dog in an anime, it's never a good thing.
Dude, that's actually a pretty good
Never.
point.
Never
It
good.
never ends well for that poor dog. God dang. Dude.
Dude, it does. The poor dogs, dude. whenever she's like, "This is my dog Chappie," I'm like, "Shit."
The
Like,
one thing
"Alright,
I
well,
love.
Yeah,
bye,
dude.
Chappie."
God, that's a good fucking point because I just started rewatching Full Metal too. That's such a good point.
No,
Thinking about Full Metal.
Oh
Big
shit.
brother.
God dang. God, that's a fucking great point I've never thought of. If there's one thing you never want to be reincarnated as, it's a dog in a popular anime show. Holy shit.
Yeah, any type of dog, dude, it's a bad time for you. Oh,
All right, we'll dwell into section 2, the characters. Did you care about these people, and in what way?
It's so hard to talk about this again because I don't remember what I said.
I remember.
But no, it's hard to care about them because they're all morally horrible people. Shizuka's a mass manipulator. Marin is a bully. And Azuma's a good kid, but he's kind of like, I mean, he has a flaw. I don't really know how to describe it.
He wants to be loved.
Yeah, he
wants
he
to
wants
be out.
acceptance.
Out.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wants to be relied on, and the only person, and Shizuka caught on to that immediately, and ran with it. So as like as far as caring about them, no, because they're not good people, quote unquote. But as far as caring about their story, yeah, it's hard not to get invested in them, especially as you
Yeah.
learn like why they do the things they do.
Yeah, because it's funny you care for them in certain aspects of certain timelines. So at the very beginning, you care about Shizuke, you care about her, and then she manipulates Azuma, and then you stop caring about her. Marina, you don't care about her, then you kind of care about her, and then you still don't care about her. The only two that I think I truly cared about was Azuma and Takopi. That's it.
Yeah.
And poor Chappie.
Damn, dude, I wish you wouldn't have said that. God damn. I'm glad that we got that one in the second take because this would have been not nearly as good in the first one.
I do think the characters were flawed, and they had very toxic traits about them that just developed throughout the episodes, and each one had their thing, and it was pretty sad to see them.
Struggle. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, when there's a hotline that comes up at the beginning of each episode, you know that it's going to be bad, and so each episode is disturbing. It's so bad, but good watch,
Yeah, great.
Yep.
but bad.
Yeah, I would honestly say there wasn't. I mean, a villain per se. I would say it would just be more like
Honestly, the main characters
broken.
are the like hero and the villain of this.
Yeah, besides
Yeah,
the
they're just-
hooker mom and the crazy mom,
they're their own
actually
way.
everybody's a villain.
Yeah, they're
I'd
really.
say they're more like just broken people, like
Yeah.
making really bad choices.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of these people are all a villain in some type of way at some point in the series.
All right. Section 3, animation and visuals. How good does it look?
Too bubbly for what it is. It looks like such a cute anime. Even the intro makes it look like everybody's happy dory. It's not.
That's the only time.
Yeah, it's the only time. So it's good. It's good because it contrasts what it talks about.
Yeah, and it almost feels like because the character design is definitely a choice. Like, if
Yeah.
it's got its own style. It's a very unique style. It almost feels like old, but it doesn't
Yeah.
take away from it at all. Like,
In my opinion, it helps.
yeah, I agree. Like it's very unique. It's I don't know how to describe it. You just have to see it, but Like,
It
There's
gives off
no
like early 2000s anime,
yeah.
like summer Japan anime.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and there's no anime that I know of, at least off the top of my head, where I can reference what the visuals look like. It's very unique in that aspect. I think there's
Yeah.
some that you might be able to get close, but nothing that really hits it on its head.
Yeah, it looks good for what it is. I mean, it's a 6 episode short series based off a 13 or 14 chapter manga. So it's not going to have the highest budget in the world. It's not going to look like a JJK or nothing, but it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was simple but effective for sure.
Hmm.
Um, uh, yeah, I think they did well with the animation of catching the, I guess, adolescent and just like innocence of these kids, while also portraying their dark sides, where like you see Shizuka with the like bags under her eyes, or just like the um, bruises and just marring on her after she got beat up. And then, of course, the gorier scenes is just no holding back on it. So where you
Dude,
got the full intent of what it needed to be.
yeah, I think the best time they utilize that is when, like, Shizuka's extremely happy. She's finally going to see her dad. She thinks she's going to see Chappie, right? And the whole time they portray her like on the boat and walking around the city is like she's cleaned up, she's in a great mood. She meets her dad, and her dad's like, I don't know who this is. And then it shows what she really looks, and she's still just dirty, beat up, bags under her eyes. It's like that switch, like the emotional impact of just that one scene where she goes from like clean to dirty. It's insane.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Like I
That
think
scene,
that was the best utilization of that like style during the whole show.
yeah,
It hit
100%.
so fucking hard.
Yeah, when her
Yep.
dad comes up, opens up the door, and he has like his own kids. He's got a new family in Tokyo,
Yeah,
and he's like, he knows who she's.
yeah. He even says, "Shizuka, what are you
Pretends.
doing here?"
Yeah, but then his kids come up, and then he pretends that, oh, I don't know who this is. And right whenever he says that, it like pans to her, and she's filthy, beat up. Yeah, that's a rough scene.
There's a consistent question that gets asked in like the anime forums or like react shows that I watch, and it's like worst anime parents this whole show.
Oh
Every
yeah,
parent
it's not
in
even
this,
close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every parent in this.
And I understand they're going through their own stuff, but to neglect and just do so like bad as a parent to these kids, like such young kids, it sucks.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely hit on the cute and dark side of the animation spectrum
Yeah.
pretty well. Section 4, we have sound and music. Does it sound like peak anime?
No,
I
I
mean,
mean, again, there's not like a major score behind it. I can't remember any major musical moments off the top of my head. The intro and outro, okay, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I'd-
The sound design more so towards like the things going on around them is pretty damn good. Like when she's in Tokyo and there's a city noise, or when Marina's beating the shit out of her.
Mhm.
You can hear each one of those punches and pushes and shoves and stuff. Like the sound design is definitely not music focused. It's more so environmental focused, and it does very good at that.
yeah, the attention is definitely brought up by the silence beats
Hmm.
and the voice acting, like you said before, definitely brings it to a higher tier of emotion through their performance.
Yeah, voice acting
Yeah,
was
like
amazing.
yeah, voice acting was amazing. The again, like the intro and outro, they're good, not memorable. I'm not gonna add these to my playlist on Spotify or anything. Um, but the sound design was good. Just like there was no fantastic music behind it. You know,
Fair.
it's not one of those animes.
All right. 5. World building and lore. Does the world feel alive?
Uh, yeah. I mean, it's again another one where it's just the world in this show is pretty much just the classroom for these kids, right? and
And the
there's
outside by the pipes.
yeah, and like the few places they
I
go
got something to
outside
say
of
about
school.
that.
So the world building, it feels fine for what it is. I mean, again, it's a short series. We don't need, 5 of the 6 episodes to be world building and lore. We get the idea in the first episode. It's about a young girl who's getting bullied, but there's a lot deeper levels to it. So the world building in this case is like what's going on outside of school and why these kids are acting the way they are. And then you get to learn a little bit about Takopi and his world, and that's kind of like everything that is Takopi related feels like just a complete side plot to this. Like Takopi's almost, I mean, he is just the narrator of this whole thing, but he has some antics for the most part,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like Travis said, there's not really, the world building is their home life, and the experience that they have. There's not really a besides Takapi's little gist about where he came from, and you get to see his world and all the little other happy-ends. Um, it doesn't really need it, and it does well for what it does, and the fact that it's through actions. Um, the very very disturbing things that happen.
To me, it felt like
And
almost just a bubble of like they're in a dome, and that's their whole world right there in that dome.
Yeah.
You didn't really go much out of it, and it kind of felt like, I mean, I'm sure Japan's huge, but they didn't really go much out of that other than when she went to go visit her dad, and that was a big part of it. But
Yeah, it was just
even
like
then, she
5
didn't
minutes of
spend much
one
time there.
episode.
Yeah. So it definitely felt like, I guess, almost like claustrophobic because you're stuck in that town, that school, or that little like piped, bridged spot for the most of the show.
yeah,
Which, for world building, they are not building anything in that world because those pipes are there the whole show.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
dang. But I think, yeah, it laid it out pretty well to where you understand the environment that they're in and just the scale of everything for them. So we hit on 6, the emotional impact.
Oh my God, this
Did it
is
make you feel something?
yeah.
Anything?
This is. I mean,
Please?
yeah. This. I mean, this is by far the whole point of the show is to like make the
Yeah.
viewer or reader, depending on how you consume it, just feel. It almost feels like it's like looking at a car crash. It's like something like you don't want to see it, but you can't not look at it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's extremely sad. Like we've said, it's super dark themes. I mean, as far as emotional impact, like I said, like I think the last episode's like 30 something minutes long, and the first 28 of those 30 minutes were almost too hard to watch. Like
Yeah,
the
did
last
everybody
episode was
watch-
rough.
Did everybody watch the after credit scene
Yeah,
in the last episode?
yeah,
I do not.
So it just shows them when they're a little bit older in high school.
yeah. It's,
Um,
they're yeah. You should.
I'll go back.
Yeah,
I'll go
you
back.
should definitely watch. That's where it ties it all in, and they become like. You'd like to think that all the horrible stuff that originally happened to them doesn't happen to them in this new timeline, and now that they're friends.
Yeah. So it's definitely it hits on a lot of really tough subjects, and it doesn't help that all of these are fourth graders. I think that's really
At one point, high schoolers.
at one point high schoolers, but for a majority of it, 90% of it, they are fourth
Yeah.
graders. And the first episode's probably the roughest, if I had to say, when it comes to
First
disturbing
2?
things.
Yeah.
When Mariner was in high school, at the end of that one, the voice acting on that episode was amazing, especially by whoever voiced the mother. But it definitely made me feel some type of way. It's one of those animes to where now I need to watch a nice happy ending anime.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Yeah. It definitely hit hard. And you you were brought down so low, and then the scaling of it coming up throughout the rest of it, you were hoping that something good was going to happen, but given the circumstances that they were in, there's no good way out of this. They
No.
were just
No.
going to try to do the best that they could, and like I was saying, uh, Azuma, him getting roped into it, I was feeling so bad for the dude. I was like, don't do this to yourself. Like, you're a fourth grader.
Yeah, and like when he finally, like in one of the redos, and he finally talks to his brother.
That was so heartlifting.
Oh.
I was like, oh, so
Yeah.
nice. Well done.
Yeah, it's just it's an anime that talks about a lot of subjects that people don't like to talk about, and it's all wrapped up into 6 episodes. Acceptance, bullying, deletion. I don't know of another word for that.
I mean,
That's
as far
okay.
we know what you mean. Sewer slide.
And yeah, yeah. And it just wraps it up all into a bow and gives it to you. And it touches on a lot of stuff that sucks, but it gives it to you raw. I mean, this is really what happens. I'm sure not into this aspect, but it makes you feel a lot.
Yeah, I mean, this
And
is
them being so young, dude, it sucks because they're like fourth graders. So
Dude.
where this is where their life's starting to begin.
even
they
if
get independence.
they stayed with like the high school timeline of Marina, I think it still would have been just as rough as a watch.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Like,
Well,
but
'cause
the
even after-
added part of them being how old are you in 4th grade? Like fucking 10?
Something like that.
Like
Yeah.
them being 10 or 9 or 10 or however old you're supposed to be in there.
9, yeah.
Yeah, it's
even-
tough.
Even the high school Marina timeline, at the very end, before Takopi goes back in time, she's got that glass bottle, and she's like, all right.
Yeah.
So they're half sisters as well, technically, or stepsisters.
Well,
Right, guys? Right?
I mean, kinda.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very,
To
very,
an
very fast and loose use of the word stepsister there.
They are. I mean,
They're
Given
not.
They're not.
Shizuka's mom is seeing her dad in high school at the timeline that they're in high school. They're
No, that's the timeline they're in elementary school. I'm sure it's still happening in the high school timeline, but actually,
they're not married.
I don't think it was because her mom was divorced by then. I'm almost positive. I don't remember.
Well, I don't know
It's
the
just a
true
thing.
aspect because she's like,
'Cause-
your father's gonna be home late today.
Because if you remember, Shizuka comes back to the town. Like she had left because even Azuma says that like she grew up without a mom and at some point a dad, and like did everything by her own and is finally back. So it's a completely different timeline when we're following Marina.
I don't think they ever got married.
Yeah.
So I would be surprised if they did.
I mean, they could be. Who knows?
They could be.
Rewatch worthy scenes that you guys
Oh man,
will
dude.
hold
No.
forever.
I like I said earlier, the one where she finally sees her dad in that transition, that one's like I don't know if anything's rewatchable, but as far as things that I'll always remember, I would if I were to rewatch it since it's only 6 episodes, I'd rewatch the whole thing. Like there's not a bad episode, I don't think at all.
No, there's not a bad episode.
And there's not
all of
even
them-
I wouldn't even say there's one episode that's like noticeably worse than the rest or my least favorite to watch.
Yeah, there's not. I was actually about to bring that up. There's none of them that I think was my least favorite. All of them, they all tie into the storyline. They all have their purpose. Most of it's, character building, things like that, and they do it very well. There's no certain episode that's worse than the others. All of them have a point and a job.
Yep.
And you can't watch any of them without the others.
All right. Section 7, the originality and identity of the show. What makes it different?
I mean, there's definitely
Storyline.
yeah, there's definitely animes that have tried to touch on these subjects, and I feel like they've fallen way short, especially the bullying one.
Yeah.
So there's nothing. I mean, fuck. There's a lot original about it, but again, the setting and all that stuff. It's not. I mean, you're in a classroom, right? That's 90% of anime settings. You're in some sort of classroom of various ages, whatever it may be. So the setting, as far as that goes, not the most original, but the themes it touches on, again, pretty popular themes in media, but done extremely well. Like
It's because they show you the absolute
lowest,
extents
yeah,
of these things that happen. Of all the subjects, it shows you the worsts, and it does it very well. That's how it does it originally, in my opinion.
yeah, it feels very original as far as the storyline goes. I mean, with Takopi being a happy alien that wants to spread happiness, that's kind of out of the blue, out of nowhere, you know. 'Cause usually,
Yeah,
if aliens are involved, they're like going to destroy something, not
like
wanting
17
to
to
make the
20.
world better.
Nope.
So that's
Right.
cool. I guess that's original. But again, Takopi, I feel like I said it in the first take. I don't think I said it here, but I think Takopi is the only character in the show that embodies the innocence of a child. And like the show is not only about like Marina and Shizuka and Ozma and their struggles, but also about like how easily corruptible the world can be on people. Because Takopi goes from never hearing words like at the beginning he doesn't even know what murdered is. He doesn't know what somebody being killed is. He doesn't even know what a fight really is or somebody being hit or being scared. He's never been scared. And like he experiences all of those things.
Yeah, I mean he does know what death is. He does talk about that on the first episode. But all of the things that lead up to someone dying, he doesn't know about it.
I wanted to see what happened after Takopi struck his mom as he was leaving. I mean, he apologized whenever he was descending or evaporating of existence. He's like, "I'm sorry, mom, not being able to go back and talk things out with you."
Oh yeah,
It's like
Oh
I
yeah.
wonder what the mom took from that because she's like, "Why would you do that?" I was like,
yeah,
did she just like flip to like the typical alien idea that you think
Yeah,
of
do
is
they
like,
become
oh,
unhappians
yeah,
and go and spread violence?
right. I do think it was interesting with Takopi though, if the ability of having to loop through time and wanting to fix happiness wasn't there and then failing, um, it definitely would have been rough to have to just watch it all happen. And I mean, we did whenever the camera broke, but still having that like one trump card and using its own essence to finally go back and fix everything um was nice. Wasn't unexpected. Wasn't expected at all. But I'm glad that that's how it happened
yeah.
because it would have
And
sucked.
one thing, I think this might be a little bit off the subject and probably should go under storyline, but watching Takapi, watching him rewind so many times and having to deal with the same things and watching him devolve as a Happian, and it's that was sad to watch. I
Yeah.
think watching him have to deal with it over and over and over and over again, um, and learn about killing and all those things and become an Unhappian, and end up getting the fate that he got, which I think, yeah, it was sad. It sucked.
All right. And why did this anime stand above 100 others?
Points that it hits on and the extents that it
Yeah,
did.
the story. I mean, I remember. So I read this because when the first episode came out, you couldn't open like like anime TikTok or Reddit and not see people talking about like how insane the first episode was.
Yeah,
Like it was everywhere for a minute. This was a flash in the pan type of anime where it got like huge, and then I haven't seen anything else about it since.
I saw some things about it. I never looked it up on TikTok or anything, but I did get like a TikTok about it the other day, which I thought was odd. But that's the only time I've ever seen it. I heard about it when it first came out a year ago, which is why I wanted to. It was on my watch list. I wanted to watch it with you guys, but that's the only time that I've ever heard of this anime.
Yeah,
I'll say it does stand out because it's so dark and brutally honest about these subjects.
Yeah, I mean
Anything
that's
that you see.
yeah, that's definitely what makes it stand out is just its whole storyline in general. I'd say
Yeah, and
even its
how
animation. Its
unpredictable.
animation's very unique
Yeah,
too. It's not. I mean, the animation's definitely not the reason people are watching this. Don't get me wrong, but it does have a
yeah,
very unique art style.
yeah. It
Yeah.
does.
All right. Section 8, consistency. Did it stay good the whole way through?
I mean,
Define good.
good. Yes,
Yeah.
as far as like wanting to keep watching it and it sticking to its storyline that it's setting out to resolve, then yeah, it stayed good. But again, it's not a good. It's a good story, but it's not. It's a good bad story. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
dark,
Yeah, I
good
think we,
dark
we
story.
touched on it. Yeah, we touched on it earlier. Every episode has meaning. It all ties into the story. It doesn't go off on a tangent at any time. You have to watch every episode to see the next. Um, so yeah, it did good for a bad story.
Yeah. Yeah, no time wasted, no filler
No.
Nope.
feeling
6
to it.
episodes. You only get 6. This is what you got.
Yeah. And I do think it's a good like sort of pressure that it puts on the creator to do that sort of thing to where they might revise it before they publish it and see if something is just like just a random thing and they just cut it out, but the effect is fully there and it was very very thrilling to watch because it was
Mhm.
so short.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as any revisions or major changes, as far as I can remember, this is exactly how the manga reads. But
Mm.
like no scenes are left out. No scenes are really changed. The only change may be because of translation, because obviously the manga was translated by somebody else, and then them creating the English dub from the sub. There's maybe some words or sentences changed around, but the impact is still feels this exact same.
Yeah. All right. Section 9, the enjoyment factor. Did you actually like it?
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
yeah. Yeah.
it's hard. Like I said, it's like watching something horrible happen. No one enjoys watching it, but you're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's like
saying?
yeah. Yeah. It's it's good. It is a really good anime. Again, you can only define good because it is a terrible story,
Yeah,
but it it was enjoyable ish. I
I,
had to finish it.
yeah. I'd say if anybody says they truly enjoyed watching every part of this, that's a disturbing answer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's an intriguing watch. It's maybe not an enjoyable watch, but it is very intriguing to watch.
Yeah.
The only enjoyable parts I would say would be the Takopi instances of him showing his gadgets.
Yeah, yeah. Like when he shows his gadgets, he's like genuinely excited to brag about what they do. It's like there's little bits and pieces like that thrown in there that make you feel good about like, oh, maybe the story's gonna take a turn and everything's gonna be okay, and it's not.
Yeah, maybe she'll like the wings and all that stuff.
Oh, when the
Or the
wings
mending
happened,
glaze.
dude, I thought Ozuma was next, my guy. I was like,
Oh, when he
bro.
fell.
I did too. Yeah, when he
Yeah.
fell, I thought he was next.
I was like,
yeah.
are they all just gonna tragically have
Well,
an ending?
yeah, because I go and look at all the episode names before I watch them, and that episode's called Azuma's Salvation, and I was like, oh no, not
For
again.
me, I definitely feel like I experienced the show more than liked it. Like it was all just I was emotionally drained by the end of it.
Yes.
To say
By
the
every
least.
episode, I was a drained son.
Yeah, it's not a very fun show, but it's like you guys are saying, it's very impactful.
Yeah, like episode one's 47 minutes. It's a fairly long episode one. And the last 7 minutes of episode one they feel like the whole first 40 with how heavy
Yeah,
it gets. And then I still say all of episode six, like ending of episode one and whole of episode six were the hardest things I've had to watch in a while.
Episode was it 4 or 3? Whenever chapped his last chap.
I mean, that was a lot of episodes because I was still in the redo part. That was the end of episode 1.
Well, the main episode, whenever they were trying,
and the
he
camera
kept going
broke.
back. Yeah,
yeah. That was. I think that was 3.
that was
4.
4 is whenever
4
you see
was
Future
Marina's
Marina.
part, and then 5 was Tokyo Trip, and then 6 was the hardest part for me to watch in episode 6, and why I hate it so much is I could not stand the scene where, like, as much as Shizuka's a horrible person, it's hard not to root for her sometimes. And when she's like beating the shit out of Takopi with a fucking rock, and it's like, why do these horrible things keep happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? And it's like, oh God.
And Takapi's like, I don't have an answer for that, Pete.
Yeah, and he's just like, I want to make her happy, but I want to make Marina happy too, because this is when he's starting to remember some stuff, and it's just like, God dang.
Yeah.
That was so hard to watch, dude. That was so hard to watch.
I agree.
I thought Takopi was gonna have it there too. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
I'm just got it in it. If that 6th episode was Takapi's salvation, I probably wouldn't watch
Well,
it.
because episode 6 starts with Ozma, and he's about to go to fucking jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He, like, came to talk to Takopi. He's like, oh, my mom is fucking bedridden now because of all the stress. Our clinic's closed. My brother got fired from his job and now won't get accepted to any colleges because of what I didn't even do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, dude, that episode is so hard to get through, man. The after credit scenes do not make up for how hard the whole rest of that episode is, dude.
No, it does not.
That's fair. All right. Section 10, the impact and legacy. Does it matter in anime culture?
I mean, I think Travis hit on that. It was a flash.
It was a huge flash in the pan. I think people were talking about it until it stopped airing, and then I feel like there's not much about it nowadays. So
I never see it nowadays. So
but I mean,
wouldn't say
even having that much of a presence in the
in
zeitgeist of
anime
at the
in
time
this-
is still pretty huge because it's like there's only a handful of shows that stay in the conversation every year, regardless of if there's a new season coming out. Like Demon Slayer,
Yeah.
JJK, One Piece is still up there, but that's just due to its longevity, not necessarily because of how good or bad you may think it is. So it's like there's to be that popular during a season. I don't remember if that season was necessarily stacked with amazing shows or not, but there's always a couple that people latch onto, and for it to get that popular as a short series back then, I feel like that was pretty big. It was quite the accomplishment, but I don't think it has a lasting impact on the people who watched it, but I don't think it's going to be one of those where, like, it's not going to be a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. No one's going to tell people to watch this.
No.
There are so many animes that get released, and even to have one anime, get its light, that's a pretty big accomplishment.
Yeah, and
especially for a 6-episode short story.
yeah, the way that it got so popular online kind of reminded me. Have any of y'all ever seen? It's a completely different reason. So I'm making this connection because of how much it was talked about, not because of the stories were similar. But have any of y'all ever seen Goblin Slayer?
No.
It fucking sucks. But there was a scene in the first episode that people went ape shit about for reasons we don't need to get into. But like it had that big of impact almost, but people kept talking about it as it came out, whereas Goblin Slayer, after episode 1, nobody talked about it, I feel like. So I'd say it's impressive for that to happen, especially for a short series, but again, I don't think the lasting impact is going to affect anybody but people who watched it. If you've watched it, you're going to remember it. But this is not one I'd recommend to friends to watch unless they're like, hey, I want to feel like depressed level of sad. Give me a recommendation. I'll be like, okay, watch this.
I do think that is a genre, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
it definitely has its
horror,
place.
psychological type genre to where it's gonna stand out because of how well it did it.
Yeah.
And
but that's not popular. Like this
no.
This format of media, what's popular is action. Like and sometimes slice of life gets crazy popular. But I feel like most people are watching animes for the Demon Slayers, the JJKs, the My Heroes. You know, like
Shonens.
yeah, like the stuff that gets insanely popular is those action ones. So like, I'm like, there's that tier, and then to get as popular as it was for a tier that's like barely existent as far as like psychological themes, it's impressive. Is I guess what I'm trying to say, but it's like that tier is so much lower as far as commonality and how much it's utilized in this format compared to the action shows that it's not gonna like stand above a lot of those for that reason, I think.
Yeah. No, I think it's probably propped up by the fact that so many people like those like murder documentaries. It has that sort of feeling, but it's happening at the time, like in the moment, to where you understand the reason, the how, the why of everything developing, the parents' issues, the kids' issues, and just how it like lays out for them.
Yeah, because this is a yeah. Go ahead.
I don't think it's a popular genre at all, but the people that do like that sort of thing will find this entertaining.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because you can probably put it in the same ballpark to an extent with Erased, something like that. That's just one that we've watched. The main issue with Erased and this is Erased was a true murder mystery.
Mm-hmm.
This is a psychological horror that there's not a whole lot of animes that I've seen or heard of that are like this. So, like Travis said, for it to get any type of recognition, and of course it got its recognition because of the first episode, I am sure.
Yeah, it's a shock factor of the first episode that got it so huge. But people kept watching it. That's how you know it's good.
Yeah. So for them to stay on it and watch it all the way through, that's a huge feat for an anime like this. Is it everlasting in anime culture? Not necessarily, but it does make an everlasting imprint on the individuals that watched. I do agree with that.
Yeah. All right. Final score for the show.
Oh wait, my favorite question.
Okay.
Movie. Could this be a movie?
Yeah, we can leave out our second question considering the setting. But man, that's a hard one because this one would have been a great movie, but it would have been a long movie. Like
it would have been a long movie.
I would like if you were to watch this today, I would just consider all 6 episodes to be one movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
like it would in a movie format. Yeah, if they just took everything, they removed the opening and ending of each episode and slapped it all in a 3-hour-long movie. Yeah, it'd be great. But if they made this an hour or hour and a half, 2-hour movie, and they had to cut out an hour or hour and a half, no.
No, because of its longevity and it's only the fact that there's only 6 episodes. There's nothing that you can remove. Everything, and that's why I think I liked it a lot. Because every scene matters.
Yeah.
So it would just be a really long movie. So
yeah,
theoretically, I guess no, in my opinion, it couldn't be a movie because I feel like you would never watch. I would never sit down and watch a damn 3.5 hour long movie.
No, I mean I wouldn't either, but I would highly recommend trying to binge this one.
Yeah, binge it. But I don't think you could. I don't think you'd be able to condense it down into a movie time.
No.
Yeah, there were so many things that I feel like they could have also touched up on if they were to want to extend it, like Takopi's society, whatever. Sure, that would that would bring up a lot of the emotional factor of it, which I think would be a negative.
Yeah, I agree. If they would have thrown in a random happy scene on a happy planet, like Takopi was there for all of 2 minutes, that was just enough.
Yeah,
that's all that was needed.
Yep. And I'm gonna say it. Takopi not doing a great job.
No.
as good of a job as he tried to do, if he was trying to bring happiness to the world and couldn't bring it to one kid, you're cooked.
Well, he ended up dead. He did.
He was very unfortunate.
Just 3 kids.
yeah.
And he's number one. He's very unfortunate in this little town that
he landed on the 2 worst choices out of 7 billion. Dude, his odds of this happening were so slim. Like, he could have probably landed on an abandoned homeless child and had an easier time than these two.
And he does say that at the very end. He's like, he was like, what did he say exactly? He's like, I know I didn't do anything. He was like, I didn't do it. I didn't help really. He ended up helping to an extent, but
He helped find closure to the thing.
Yeah.
yeah, because even at the end,
Yeah, it was. I mean, a great show. I definitely would recommend it. Score
they
wise,
don't even remember him.
yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They kind of do.
No, they kind of
It's like
do.
a deja
They're
vu
like, what
effect.
is that? So they don't remember.
They don't
like,
remember him,
being
but they
alive,
have. Yeah.
a lasting effect on him or of him.
Yeah, they got something in like their unconscious mind that knows that he was. Yeah. But I'd give. I mean, oh man, I want to give it like. I want to give it like an 8.5 or 9, to be honest with you. Like as far as like the psychological, I mean, like last week, this is the standard to reach if you're going to do a psychological, like deep dark storyline. So if we're comparing it to everything I've ever watched, it's like a 7. It's average. It's good. Nothing crazy stands out besides the storyline. But if we're putting it in that category alone, it's easily a 9.
Yeah, mine was 8.75. I do think I saw somebody on that TikTok that I saw the other day say that sometimes it tries too hard to be sad.
I don't think it did at all.
And I think maybe it doesn't try too hard, but I think that's the entire point.
Yeah, if you think it's trying too hard, I think you're missing the point of the show.
That's the entire point of the show. So I'm giving it 8.75. It will be everlasting in my mind.
I am giving it an 8.6. I feel like I read into the show pretty early on what it was going to be, but the twists and the fact that Takopi was a thing definitely made it original.
Yeah.
Rock on. All right, well, next week we got Perfect Blue, which is a movie. So I guess we'll have to change our question of would this have been better as a show. I've never seen or heard of this one. This was an Izzy recommendation.
I've never seen or heard.
I know. I'm pretty sure it was a '90s movie, if I remember right.
Yep, 97.
Rock on, all right.
But it talks. Yeah, we'll discuss it then.
So we're watching Perfect Blue. Then week after that, Strange Fake. Week after that, Too Many Losing Heroines. And Izzy, I still need another one from you whenever you got something in your head. We don't have to sit here and talk about it now, but
all right, I'll figure it out.
Rock on.
I do want to bring in a little anime news update.
Oh, yes.
The show Demons of the Shadow Realm released yesterday.
Yes, I saw that.
You guys watch it?
Not yet.
No. I've been watching. This week I had to have a filler. I couldn't just sit there and go to bed after watching an episode of this fucking anime. So I was watching Love is War still. I'm on the second season.
Yeah, that show's not that good.
There's another show
It's
Elizabeth
not.
recommended to me for you, Jake. It's We Are Complete Opposites or something.
Yeah, that I think isn't that new?
It's new, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. Trust me, I'm on the Chud side of TikTok. I got it.
You and I are polar opposites.
You and I are polar opposites, yeah.
Huh.
I've seen some reviews. I've heard it's pretty good.
I watched a couple. It's definitely it rung a bell for the Jake side of things.
Thanks for keeping me in your mind.
For sure.
All right, rock on. Well, movie next week. Hopefully we'll do it on Friday again. This was a holiday week, so some real life got in the way. As of right now, I'm good for Friday. Y'all we'll see how the week progresses. But yeah, Generic, thanks for sticking with us, dude. I saw you still in the chat. If you want to watch along, we're doing some movie called Perfect Blue next week. We'll be here Friday. Other than that, y'all take it easy. Peace.